Hi, welcome back. So I have here a piece of maple and I'm just going to make a circle here, cut it out on the bandsaw, and we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, so the circle is around 7 inches, or that's 180 mil, and this is 2 inch or 50 mil. And we're going to make a little funky dish. You'll see what I mean by that. So this will go on a screw chuck. Hole in the center, so just a little spacer. That's nice and tight. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch spindle gouge to rub this down, and I'm going to leave myself a little wider foot which I'll grab, and that foot I'll remove later, but first just get this screwed up on 3 sides. This is hard maple, by the way. And the top. Here is the little bit of bark left, but that will be gone, I think. And I'm just going to mark a roughly halfway point, halfway thickness, and here I'm going to need a foot to grab, maybe a bit bigger actually, but I'm going to project the curve, not the curve, but the straight line from this line, the halfway between the thickness here and this point here. So from here to here I'm going to project a line, straight line, but I'm going to need a foot here, so somewhere around here to grab. That vibration sound that you hear, the top isn't all that flat, so it does vibrate a bit, but that doesn't concern me much. So at this point it looks like a regular dish, but what I'm going to do is just go the wrong direction, let's say, and against the grain, just to make it much easier to see actually. From this line to this line, make a straight path, so it will take a few passes. This is getting quite dull, so I'll sharpen it. It's one sign that you have a dull tool if you have to push harder and harder to make it cut. So I need to tilt it in more. That will be it for now. Make the foot here. So now with the shear scraper I'm just going to fine tune this surface. Okay, that feels nice and smooth. I won't sand this part now, and yeah, that's nice and clean. So I have a foot and a little ridge here to grab this for now. So I'll flip this around and finish this top part. Okay, first deal with this rim here. So I want to make another taper in like this. I can go even with the shear cut nice and straight. I actually kind of like this flat spot here, so I'm going to leave it, and this is smooth. Just going to clean this with the shear scraper. And it's actually a little bit wider than I need, so little shear cut here. See the surface. Yeah, that's pretty clean, ready for sanding. As I'm looking this now, don't like this flat spot. So just extend this flat spot to the corner here. Yeah, that's much cleaner look. Now in this case I won't be drilling a depth hole because I don't want to go all the way down, at least for now. Not sure how it's going to look, but let's go step by step first. So first is always to chew this up. Like so, and I want to hollow it, but first I want to make like sort of a straight in like this on the rim here, and then we'll make a nice shallow curve on the flat spot here, flat curve, let's say, on the outside. So grab a bowl gouge, it will be much faster, more speed. Okay, so that's roughly the depth, the first, let's say, depth, and I want to I'll use a square and scraper just to make this a little deeper. I can go deeper. So I have a smaller spindle gouge, and I think that's nice and clean. Just clean this up a little bit. It is clean, but I have a little ridge here, so just clean that up. after done this part, I think I can go, just looking where I am in terms of depth. I'll go a little bit deeper here. Like so, just to make sure that I have enough wood here. This is 8 mil, so it should be okay. Well, first I'm going to rub this down with gouge. Just to see where I am in terms of depth here. So I can still go a little bit further down, but not by much. I want to leave a little bit more weight down below. Nice and easy through center. Don't push too hard. A little knob. Yeah, I'll scrape that away. So now I'll use a scraper just to refine this. I think the square end scraper should be okay for this. Now I can use a shear scraper as well. So I'm using the curve of the scraper to make a nice swooping curve here. At least to a point where I can then switch to square end. Actually make a slight groove at the bottom. That will make first a nice definition where the corner is, and it will easier to be sand. And with this kind of shape enclosed, and especially when it's cross-grain work, you just have to have a nice clean surface, because if you sand too much then it will distort and you lose all of the fine details that you have. So I just sand this, and we can actually finish the inside. Probably to a point here I'll sand as well, and we'll finish that part and then we'll flip it around. Okay, so this is now sanded, and I'll just apply a little bit of tung oil. And then melt the beeswax. clean. There's a little bit of residue, I guess, from the rag. It's not the best type of cotton, I guess, so I'll just use a paper towel and hope it doesn't deteriorate with the beeswax. And I think it's okay now. Yeah, now it's much cleaner. So now I'll just take that out. You can see how it looks. And just jam chuck this. Pretty close with the spindle gouge. Make a slight taper. Oh, still more. That should be okay. So now all I have to do is just connect these dots, and first I'll just go with the roughing cuts. So what I've done is just to make a little V-groove here, so it kind of resembles the foot on the bowl, and just sand this and oil it. So again, oil, and melt beeswax. Again, I'll use paper towel just to finish it off, because the rag I'm using leaves fuzzies behind, and paper towel takes them away. At least this one. This is sort of a shop towel, not your regular kitchen towel. And that's done. It's looking quite nice. A little spot here. So take it off. Hopla. There you go. So you can see now it's quite balancing on that point, but once we get something in, and I'll brought it now in from the house, and you'll see how it works. So I have a little bit of pistachio, and there we go. So obviously if they are full, it will be even more stable. So you just grab, and the person across the table just grabs the other way, and it's kind of neat, you know. But it's also fun factor to spin it around the table and play with it.